Welcome to Advanblack's YouTube channel. I'm Steve, service technician for Advanblack, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install our brand new Axion throttle-by-wire hand grips. Now these are going to match the rest of the products that are in our Axion lineup. I'll put links to all this stuff down in the description down below. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install these grips over here on our 22 Road Glide ST. Now these will fit a slew of different bikes, so make sure that you check the description to make sure that it fits your bike. This fits touring models and Softails, but it's very specific. These bikes have to be the throttle-by-wire. They will not fit the cable style Softails or the touring models. So make sure to check the description on the website for fitment before you make your purchase. We're also going to offer these in several different colors. If I get the grip up here so you can see it just a little bit better, it does have the knurled end cap on the end with the carbon fiber in the middle, that color on both ends there. And then in the middle there, we do have the diamond pleated grip with the Advanblack logo right there. So that's what we're going to be installing on the bike today. It's very easy to do. A few simple tools. You can definitely do this at home. So let's get the camera over here and get started. Now to identify the throttle side, you go look at these two different grips. You can see that they're different. The side with the raised edges right here, that's going to be your clutch side, and the smooth side right here will be your throttle side. So we'll start with the clutch side over here. We've got this little tab up here at the top. This is like our little trip button. We're going to make sure it's in the up position. What I like to do is get my thumb right underneath this edge and then two fingers up here, and then I can pull it towards me and it'll come right off. Just like that. So it's just going to slide off. Remember, at the top and at the bottom of your switch housing, you've got a Torx 20. Then we can pull the front of the switch housing off like that. Then you have your bar clamp here. It's going to be a Torx 27. You got one on top, one on bottom. Make sure you got a hold of this when you take these out. Go ahead and pull that off. Then your clutch will just simply pull off like that. And then the back of your switch housing will come off. We can hang on to the switches. And then we can start to pull this grip off just like that. You'll notice that this grip also has those grooves like I showed you before. Grooves are going to come into play here on this grip. Now what I want you to look at on this side is actually right here. See that little flat piece right there in the bottom of the switch housing? That is where that right there is going to rest, right? So when we slide this on, it can go. We're just going to give it a twist, and then you can see where that hits right there and stop. So your switch housing right here is going to set in that groove. So it keeps the grip from coming off, and this keeps the grip from spinning. So we're going to put that back into place. We're going to twist it until it's in the right place. We're going to take the back of our switch housing, going to set it up in there. Make sure the edge of your perch butts right up against the switch housing. Take our front piece. We're not going to tighten that down just yet. We're going to get our front switch housing piece on. Now before we tighten this perch clamp, you're going to want to adjust everything. You can see that your switch housing, your grip, mirror, perch, everything can move on the bar. You want to look at your perch up here and make sure that it's comfortable to pull that clutch. Make sure it's not too high or not too low. And once I get it where I like it, I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down. And if you've never done this before, you may have to get on the bike, maybe ride it and see where your hand is. You may want them a little lower or a little higher. That just depends on, that's really just personal preference. We're going to take the button that we popped off and make sure that we've got it going in the correct direction. We're going to slide that back on, listen for that click, just like that. And now it's back in place. Now on this side, now on the throttle side, it's a little bit different, but still easy to do. I went ahead and took my mirror and my handguard off so you could see what I'm doing a little bit better. Same thing. Two switch housing screws, two perch clamp screws. So we're going to remove the switch housing screws first. Perch mount screws out. Now I like to tilt that so this clamp doesn't fall off. Go down and hit the tank. So once those are out, pull that off. Now this back piece, it's easier just to pull the switch housing and this off at the same time. Hopefully you can see inside here there's a tooth and I'll show you just a second, but that's how it's going to look when you put it back on. But you can see this doesn't just pull straight off, you kind of have to roll it off. This little bitty notch right here has a place on the back right there. It has a little tooth that fits in that. So we'll go over that in just a second when we're putting it back on. We just simply pull this off. So this is our throttle-by-wire sensor, and inside here there are teeth that are going to grab these teeth. So if you want to make sure that your logos are facing the exact same direction, we're going to slide that on, and you can see when I get it about right here, it grabs those teeth. If I back it out just a tad, I can spin it, right? So it's going to go in and grab those teeth. We want to line up our logos so they look exactly the same on both sides. There's quite a bit of teeth in there, so there's a lot of adjustment on that. So same thing, but we're going to leave everything loose because I'm going to teach you how to adjust this play right here. Once again, these grooves here have to go on the grooves on the grips. All right, so we're going to set that back one on. We're going to set our front one on, but we're not going to get it tight. I'm just going to get the screw started. So you see we still got plenty of play in this, right? Now we'll bring up our brake. Now this side doesn't just set on here just like this. We kind of have to come in at an angle like this, all the way up against the switch housing, and then click it on. So you shouldn't be able to just, if I push on this perch, see, it's not coming off. It's locked into the switch housing now, right? So if you can't do that, it's not on there correctly. We're gonna get our clamp on the front. Once again, I'm not tightening this all the way down. Just getting it snug, but I want to make sure that I still have play in all of this, right? I've seen it happen a few times where people will push this in so hard, all the way in like that, right? So the gear's on the gear, and then we tighten all this up, and what happens is now we have no throttle spring back, right? It's very hard to turn, and there's no popping back, right? So if I let go, you can see how that just popped back. Now the opposite of that can happen, where we've got all of this stuff pushed way out here to make our handlebars just a little wider. Now look, now I'm not even on my gear, right? Now I've seen this happen where this gear and this gear were just barely touching, and that's fine for a little while until one time you crack on it and the gear is barely touching the other gear, and what happens is it's all plastic in there, so it just kind of strips that gear. So when you go to throttle, you don't have anything. So it's important to get all this pushed in. We're going to push it in all the way, right? Now you can see I still have snapback, right? So this play, you see this amount of play? This is normal. We're going to grab our switch housing, kind of pinch it, and we're going to test it. So we got spring back on our throttle, and we've got spring back on our roll forward. Roll forward, which is our, like, kill the cruise control, right? So you've got to make sure that you've got spring back on both sides. And then we can go ahead and get in here and tighten this down. Next thing you want to do is set your lever like we did the other side. You see, we still have all of this play. So we want to make sure our levers are pretty well equal on both sides. We want to make sure that this is pushed in where we've got that play. We're going to go ahead and tighten it up. Now once you just hand tighten it, it'll stay, and then you can go back and torque it. We want to make sure our switches are where we feel comfortable to us. We're not reaching way down or way up to get to our switches. All of this kind of moves together, so just make sure you got it where you want it. So that's it. Like I said, super easy install on the Axion Handgrips from Advanblack. Like I said, you can get these in several different colors, and they fit several different motorcycles. If you want to get your hands on some of these, I'll put links down in the description down below. It'll take you straight over to Advanblack's website. For the first 3 days that these are launched, you'll have to get up with an authorized Advanblack dealer to get a hold of them. But after that, the link will be available, and you can click it. Take you straight over to the Advanblack website. I hope this video helped you, and if it did, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and tell your friends about us. And make sure to check out Advanblack for all your color matched bagger needs. I'm gonna get out of here, get myself back to work. I hope to see you in the next video, but until then, as always, be safe, keep your knees in the breeze.